First Pikmin game was about exploring levels, solving puzzles, killing enemies, and managing resources all in a limited amount of time. However, once a player was able to do this and was able to complete the experience in the 30-day time limit, then any future replays are guaranteed to end in success due to the player's understanding of the game mechanics. Experimentation exists within the game, but in the end, it mostly becomes, should I swarm an enemy with a bunch of red Pikmin, or use a few of my bomb rocks to kill it, which doesn't take much for a player to find an answer to. Enter Pikmin 2. The 30-day time limit is eliminated, removing the urgency of needing to complete everything quickly, but as stated before, once a player was able to beat the first Pikmin game, there was no longer any urgency either. But players are forced to manage their resources in a brand new way. Dungeons. Prior to entering a dungeon, players must decide which Pikmin to bring with them. They'll need to figure out a balance. How important are reds really? Is 20 blues enough, or will I lose some? What if this wipes out all my whites? Players are even incentivized to not bring the maximum number of Pikmin into a dungeon, as they can be rewarded with Queen Candy Pop Buds to create more Pikmin, or Bulbmin, which are immune to all the water and the electricity and the poison and fire, adding more considerations that the player will have to come to a conclusion on, whether they like it or not. Combat has more stakes inside a dungeon because you cannot replace any of your Pikmin. Alternatively, if a player is clever enough, they will realize that dungeons can be tackled piece by piece, clearing out easier floors first and coming back later with a new squad while zooming through the earlier floors with just one captain. More experienced players, on the other hand, can challenge themselves to complete each dungeon in a single go. The original Pikmin featured 30 ship parts, each of them which had 2 humorous descriptions from Olimars, as well as an enemy description showcase if the player was able to reach 100%. Pikmin 2 blasts this through the roof, with absolutely hilarious descriptions of all 201 of its treasures. Look at them all. Look at them all. The idea to make many of the treasures be products from the real world was quite possibly the greatest use of product placement ever conceived of. Here's a journal entry. If the game was only generic objects like the fruit and gems, the treasures would become boring, and if all the treasures were instead Nintendo goodies, then everything would start to blend together and feel less special. It could have been so easy to make one of the treasures be a GameCube controller, but the Easter eggs were handled with restraint. But having things like bottle caps with logos not only adds to the uniqueness of each treasure, but it makes it even more ridiculous to think that your Pikmin are risking their lives so that captain and ship can sell off a 7-Up cap as an alien billboard. The treasures even differ between the American, European, and Japanese versions of the game, so everyone gets to be a part of the fun and the joke. That's all I wrote for the script, but who needs the script? Do it live. What makes Pikmin 2 good? What is it that makes it special? Maybe the camera's on me. I think what makes Pikmin 2 so good is just that there's so many different ways to go through it, and there's so many things that feel so powerful. The first Pikmin game was a little bit glitchy, and then the second Pikmin game, it gets you the sprays, and the sprays feel really cool to use. And the purple Pikmin feel so powerful, so you want to use the purple Pikmin. And the white Pikmin are so fast. And everything is just more than the original. More treasures, more enemies. There's also a ton of enemies and a ton of different bosses. And you get power-ups, and it's all cool, and it's all leveling up, and it's getting better, you get better, and everything's good. And I like it. And, the purpose of me making this video was so that I would make a video. 'Cause I want to make a video. I don't care about the quality. You see this? You see this? This tabs? I could have done this in PowerPoint. Okay. Let's hope that didn't suck. That's one's for you, Steeb.